In this video, I've decided to discuss the leap year. Does it have spiritual meaning? So I'm looking at it from not just a spiritual perspective, but also from an intuitive perspective. What's coming through on a psychic level? What do the angels have to say? What is our guidance from God and the higher realms? So firstly, let's have a look at what is a leap year. So as we know, it happens every 4 years, and it is really an oddity. It's a rare event, and often what the angels are bringing forward now is that often rare events have extra celestial substance, extra cosmic meaning. And the notion that I keep getting of the leap year is of a booster energy. So let's have a look at how the leap year actually forms. It's actually because of the calendar that we use, the Gregorian calendar, has 365 days every year. And even though the Earth does take 365 days, it actually takes an extra 5 hours and 48 minutes extra every year to circle around the sun. So to account for this extra time, what actually Julius Caesar decided to do in the year 45 BC is to make an extra day once every 4th year, and he placed this date as 29th of February. Now, I'm actually curious at this moment, why did he choose February? Why, out of all the different dates of the year or months of the year, did he choose that? So it does feel to me that there is some kind of a reason for it. I wonder if it has to do with the astrological alignments of that particular year, or the numerology, or in general, or some other reason. However, so if you think about the numerology, 45, 4 plus 5 is 9. And then if you look at the date of 29th, that is a 2 plus 9 is 11. Now we have these famous numbers that we often hear about in the spiritual world, 9 and 11. Okay, so, I keep getting this word conspiracy, sorry for lack of a better word, but I do feel that there's some other reason for that beyond what we might be told, beyond perception. So moving ahead of this, it is an oddity, isn't it? And, there is that sense of uniqueness with it. Being the 29th of the month, 9 plus 2, or 2 plus 9 is 11, and that is known in numerology as, a master number, and for me it links in now when we think about the 1111 energy and things like that. So 11 is about illumination, enlightenment, transformation, but I want to say more on a higher spiritual level. It has an element of mastery, walking through doorways, a portal, that kind of feeling. And so February is the number 2. So 11 is like the number 2, so everything breaks down to a 2. So 29, you break down to 11, and that again, 1 plus 1 is 2, and February is 2. So it's like a double doorway, just like the 1111 or a double 1111. So that always signifies, in my mind, a sense of walking through a new doorway, a kind of portal. And also I would add to that, it does feel like a kind of awakening code. So do look out at this time of, to receive some kind of spiritual download, possibly. Those of you who are quite open, the crown chakra I'm very drawn to. I'm feeling this could be a possible boost in intuition, self-knowledge, and I would say a tip I would give you is, if you have time to sort of be a bit of a recluse on that day, or be very mindful, or have a moment of really absorbing and reflecting on the energies and what's coming to you, what's being brought forward to you, not just by signs and symbols in the universe around you, paying attention to synchronicities and so on, but also obviously your own intuition and messages from angels and guides and so on. It does have a very transformative feeling to it, and it does also feel like there's a reset being offered, a reset. So just feel into those words. It gives me the notion of breaking free and of a powerful sort of voltage of light coming down to sort of zap away the lower energies and to break through any old cycles, old patterns, to really get rid of those or any niggly bits, fragments of things you've been working on that you've needed to resolve. Any darker energy, the shadows, really be willing to look into those in the time leading up to the 29th. But also I would say what it's propelling you to do is to move forward and take a leap of faith and a leap of courage. And there is a sense of sort of being blind, but in a positive way, as in the unknown, the profound unknown. So what the angels are showing me right now is the picture of someone blindfolded, but not with a dark blindfold. Not in the sense that you are scared and limited, but it is a white light blindfold. And I would say that the blinding is more about closing your human eyes and what you see in your everyday reality and how you perceive things from a very 3D perspective, and stripping that away so that the bright light blindfold is more of an illumination and allowing you to see by closing your human eyes. It awakens your higher chakras, your third eye, your crown chakra, your spiritual vision. This is the perfect time to really open up those higher chakras, to connect with the divine, the greater cosmic energy around you, and to really boost your spiritual development. Focus on releasing the old you, your old patterns, so that you can sort of rip off that old suit of yours, that 3D human suit of everything, putting that past behind you. Imagine stepping out of an old suit that is worn. You can, like a skin that you were just taking off, this jumpsuit, you're unzipping it and it just shrivels and folds down to the ground and melts away, and you step out of it lighter, brighter, a load off you with this great sense of the unknown in a positive way, just like that feeling of the unknown when it comes to all things spiritual. We're not meant to know everything. There's always been that degree of mystery. And, it gives you that feeling of heaven and the unknown. Look inwards. If you feel inclined, go into a soft, lucid or transcendental type meditation and connection and meeting your inner guides. And as I say, that also includes your higher self on a soul level, but beyond, moving beyond. There's a feeling of expansion as you leap forward and leave the past behind you and your old self behind you. You are now willing, ready to be activated and to be sort of placed in this capsule of protection and higher meaning and substance, so that you can absorb these higher energies, which they're saying now. I'm getting the word electrodes, so I guess that's an analogy of like having electrodes placed upon you in a kind of incubation and recharging spiritual healing on a higher level. And also on a subconscious level, also do what your dreams at that time, around the 28th, the 29th, and moving in around that 3-day period even, and really pay attention to what's coming to you. I really still get that feeling of a reset again. So moving into March, a new person, a new vibrancy. And if you're not connecting to this energy, I just saw an owl in my mind's eye. So that's the wisdom that's there for us. But everyone is at their own level, at their own little end of the spectrum with different scenarios happening. So wherever you are in your spectrum, just remain open and allow that owl totem of wisdom and sort of an ancient knowledge to appear before you, to offer you meaning, growth, and to an advancement on a higher level. And if you're one of those people not feeling it, or being dragged down, then just try to relax into the day. Be open to receiving guidance during your waking hours and your sleep, and pray for change, transformation, and healing. This energy really gives me the feeling of an evolutionary leap that places us back in sync with universal time and the mysteries of the universe. It's like a glitch in the matrix. Think of it as so all these people in power who created systems, the sort of matrix feeling of organizations and structures and limitation, and that Saturnian energy of time and being bound by time. And the leap day, that leap part of the year, allows a kind of glimpse into another reality, perhaps an alternate reality. So for those of you who are interested in time travel, alternate realities, quantum physics, quantum jumping, timelines, and understanding that we can shift timelines and dimensions and have a higher reality version of ourselves and lower and different levels and so on, and parallel universes and parallel realities. All of that stuff is being brought up to my mind on a psychic level. This is like an extended deja vu, the angels are saying right now, the leap day of the leap year. So an extended, prolonged moment of time stretched. And that gives me the feeling too of quantum physics when it comes to time and how they say time is bent. It's not linear. So really sort of bending your mind and being open to the possibilities and open to higher meanings and significance. February in general is a very intuitive time anyway. You know, we have elements of the Aquarian energy moving into Pisces, and both have a different kind of unique sense of intuition. And so, you know, Aquarius is a lot about evolution, and Pisces about the imagination and creativity and intuition on a very subconscious kind of deep, watery, sensitive, emotional level. So if we just step out of our emotional state, step out of our mind and into the higher mind. This idea of a leap day, a leap year, just that word leap, leaping forward, making a quantum leap, it really brought to my mind that quote from the Man on the Moon quote, that's one small step for mankind, one giant leap for mankind. Listen to that, leap. It's so one step representing a leap, a giant leap forward. It really gives me that feeling of a propelling forward. It's making your mark, putting a stamp on things. What is your unique difference? Looking outside of the box for the greater spheres of your capabilities and potential and highest sense of being and the greater spheres of the universe. This is about taking a leap in your life, an actionable or higher step forward on a greater level. Take the plunge, a risk, a leap of faith. Leapfrog forward blissfully into the unknown. Take strides towards your dreams, goals that align with a powerful, greater, bigger, huger vision that you have for your life, allowing your third eye to give you a deeper, more substantial spiritual vision that sort of supersedes, that overrides the lower, more limited vision of the human eye. And so this is really a feeling of plunging forwards into your depths. Will you sink or will you swim? So with that, having recorded this in the leap year month of 2020, what I'd like to do now is share the intuitive message I received for this year, but it applies for all the leap years. Angels just showed me like a propelling movement forward. Literally, they showed me, you know, those mini trampolines, what do we call them? Rebounders, where you jump on it and then it's like a portal and up you go, like, and you spring up, right? And actually, they're also pinpointing that rebounders are quite tight, as in when you jump on them, it's only a limited jump as opposed to a massive trampoline that is well used and it's very boingy. They're showing me it's more of a boingy, small leap forward like a propelling movement, like a rocket launch. They're also showing me now like those that idea of an injectable seat, okay, where you just pop up and shoot up all of a sudden. So an evolutionary leap forward. This is really vital information. So I feel that this will be very significant and that this will propel you forward for the next level and the next stage. So it's almost like, so if you've been evolving rapidly, or you are more highly attuned, or you are a bit more ahead of the game in your own personal development, you will most likely feel that more, and it's like being in a new plane of existence. It's like an upgrade. But everyone, each to their own, everyone's on a different point of their own cycle, affected by energies in their own personal way. And of course, I'm always talking generally collectively, but from an intuitive standpoint, where it's amazing how the angels will always bring about messages that do not just connect to one person. Sometimes, yes, it's for one person that's listening, or sometimes several, or as a group. So there's always hidden meanings in everything. You sort of take what resonates with you and see how that fits into your body, your life, your spectrum.